Howdy friends, music lovers, Wes here checking in with my February vinyl inbox. I hope everyone had a great February. I have a huge stack of vinyl here. I don't know what happened. February was a crazy month, lots of new releases, lots of just good finds at thrift stores, lots of dollar bin finds, just an awesome month altogether. So let's just go ahead and get into it. It's going to probably be a pretty long episode. I'm sorry about that. We're going to try to move as fast as possible and just sit back, relax, grab a tasty beverage, and enjoy. Alright, the first album I have to talk about here was a discovery I made on the All Songs Considered podcast. They played a track from this album by Fang, released this year in 2014. This is titled The Astronaut. The Astronaut is they're calling it a space rock opera in 3 parts. Tells the story of an astronaut who gets lost in space. It's really cool, interesting, psychedelic sort of sounding music, and calling it an opera is not, it's not really a rock opera in the sense that we're traditionally used to it, but it's just a really cool piece of music. It's meant to be listened to all as one big piece of music. They played a little bit of I think they played almost one whole side of this. Pretty cool, interesting packaging here. There were 100 of these pressed on white vinyl that came with a patch that matches their logo that I'll show you here that's on the label. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get one of those. Here's what the logo looks like. A very space NASA inspired sort of logo. Really cool, really interesting. Recommend if sort of a space rock concept album sounds interesting to you, I suggest you check this out. Just a really cool, interesting discovery, as I said. So Fang The Astronaut 2014. One night when I went to stop by here again, the local music store where I buy most of my new vinyl from, I was just in there shopping and this was playing. As soon as I went up to check out, I said, you know, what was that was just playing? It was really cool sounding, and the guy who was working that night said, oh yeah, it's this Mind Spiders Meltdown. He said, yeah, I just bought this. It was the last copy we had. So I'm like, great. So I want to buy this. It's cool enough sounding where, you know, I want to buy it. He had bought it. I had to go online and purchase this. This is their album titled Meltdown. And the interesting thing about this is Mind Spiders are a punk band, which if you follow my channel, you know I don't really do punk that much, if at all. But this is different. This is punk music with a synthesizer, and it's not just punk music with a synthesizer on the side. It's the synthesizer is heavily incorporated into the songs. Many of the songs definitely are very heavy synthesizer work on them, but it's still punk music. It's not post-punk, it's not new wave, it's punk music but with a synthesizer. It's a really interesting, different take on it, and it's something I personally enjoy. And I've always said there's probably punk music out there I would like, and this is definitely one of them. So Mind Spiders Meltdown. Do a label that's sort of an homage to the Vertigo label, Vertigo Swirl label. As I said, I had to buy this online, which was what ended up being a mistake, as I found out later. We'll talk about here in a little bit. Mind Spiders Meltdown. Want to hear some punk music done with a synthesizer? Check them out. Next up is a band that a lot of people have been talking about. This is the new release from Mogwai, titled Rave Tapes. Definitely a very ambient, more chill sound for them. A lot along the lines of, say, Daft Punk, more recent work. A lot of Boards of Canada influence sounds on here. Really excellent. I'm loving this. I keep playing this over and over again. You can pretty much guarantee that this is going to be on my best of 2014 list. Sort of a die-cut sleeve there with some different designs on that, and this is another one where I didn't get in early enough to get the I think it was on white vinyl as well, with a bonus 7-inch. That was a loser edition, the first pressing or first run of these. So yeah, it's Mogwai's Rave Tapes. Highly recommended. Definitely check them out if you like ambient stuff, if you're into Boards of Canada, if you've liked previous Mogwai releases. This next one I believe I got this the same night I bought the Mogwai. I was just flipping through the bins and came across this band Nam. And this is their self-titled album from 2009, I believe is when this is from. Yeah, on TP Records. And Nam are a heavy psych band. Really, really cool sounding band. I love heavy psych music, and Nathan or Andreas or some others of you who are into psych music can say more about this band. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I don't have a lot of psych, but I buy it from time to time and really enjoy listening to it. So I'm guessing this is their debut album. It's self-titled. It's from 2009. They have several other albums that were there at the music store, and I decided to pick this one. Got an insert in here. The vinyl itself is just on black vinyl with some pretty interesting looking labels. Next thing I got this month is the new schematics for A Blank Stare. This is titled Kiss of Death. This is more if you like Fender Rhodes with sort of a live acoustic sort of sound along with it, almost like a fusion jazz sort of sound to it. Really cool music, really interesting. You get a lot of Fender Rhodes, a lot of fuzz guitar. Mellotron is on here. Moog plays a little Moog again. Listen to Acid Rain and you like that one, then this one is kind of more of the same, and you'll probably like this one as well. This one isn't a gatefold, but they did do an insert on this one. Okay, these next few albums are part of a special deal from Pop Market. They had Rhino is reissuing most of the Depeche Mode albums. They reissued the first 4 a few weeks ago, and Pop Market had a deal for the first 4 for $49, and I had a 15% coupon for Pop Market, so it brought it down even lower, and I went ahead and jumped on it as I didn't have any of these except for possibly this first one. My copy is questionable, but this is Music for the Masses, Depeche Mode. This is a reissue, as I said, by Rhino Records, and they made these into gatefolds with liner notes and lyrics and whatnot, and they all have a little bit of an embossing to them and some of this ultra high glossy portions of the covers. Pretty nice packaging, and all the inserts have a lot of liner notes as well. Like I said, pretty nice reissues of these albums, supposedly 180 gram vinyl. I haven't actually listened to any of these yet, just got them a few days ago. To see how they sound, I believe these are from the 2007 digital remasters, so these probably are sourced from 98 kilohertz 24-bit digital masters. But for, you know, $11 and change a piece, I think they're pretty nice pieces to have. So that's Music for the Masses, Black Celebration. This one has some pretty cool embossing on it. Hopefully I can pick some of those up there. And these are all on black vinyl, so I won't pull them all out. Songs of Faith and Devotion. And lastly but not leastly, Some Great Reward. Okay, and just a week or so ago, the record store listed some albums they gotten in used, and this was one of them. The only Arcade Fire I didn't have on vinyl, and this is the Neon Bible album from Arcade Fire. As I said, I didn't have this one on vinyl yet, so to pick it up used for a good price was really nice. Insert here with some lyrics and whatnot. There's a download code in there, but I don't know if it's been used. It's not really important since I have this CD. So, but yeah, it was really cool to pick Neon Bible up on vinyl, and now I have all the Arcade Fire albums on vinyl. All right, next thing we got here is new release from Derek Higgins titled Flyover. Beautiful, beautiful packaging. I know a lot of people have been talking about this, and you know, beautiful silver embossing on this, and the artwork done by Tim Guthrie. Derek signed it for me as he usually does, which is nice. And then the vinyl itself is probably one of the most beautiful pieces he's done. Beautiful splattered vinyl that matches all the colors of the artwork. And okay, next thing I picked up is actually a Christmas album. For some reason, I've been singing Christmas songs have been stuck in my head all month. I don't know why. It's February. Why am I stuck on Christmas music? But I put some Christmas music in my Amazon wish list just because I wanted to beef up my Christmas collection. So throughout the year, I'll sort of watch the prices on those and pick things up here and there. This one turned up for a pretty reasonable price, and I think I was ordering something else at the time, so I went ahead and threw this in the cart with it. This is Pete Seeger's Traditional Christmas Carols on the Smithsonian Folkways label. I believe this is a reissue. It was originally issued in 1967. This is an issue from the 1989. It is still sealed. So I picked that up. Still very sad that Pete died, and definitely wanted to have this in my Christmas music collection. So. Okay, moving on. Earlier this month, I went into the thrift store that's nearby work. It's sort of weird. It's usually when I find something there, I only find one thing, and this was the one album I found there. And this is an addition to my John Martin collection. This is his album Sapphire from 1985. So another nice addition to my John Martin collection. Moving on to a stack of records here I got at the Arrow's Aim Records. I showed some in my last finds video where I talked about the dollar bin finds. This was the initial dollar bin finds I got there. Well, these first two weren't dollar bin finds. I bought a second Mind Spiders album while I was there. And they actually had the other one that I bought online. I could have just gone to Arrow's Aim and bought it, I guess. But this is just self-titled Mind Spiders. Don't know if this is their first album or not. So it did have a lyric insert with it, labels, and there's a download code as well for this one. So I haven't even really spun this yet. I haven't had the chance to check it out and see if I like it as much as Meltdown, but for 10 bucks, I thought I would grab it and see what it is like. And the last thing I got there that wasn't a dollar bin find is a copy of Arlo Guthrie's Amigo. This is still sealed. It's got the Peaches label on there. A sealed copy of it. And I know I have this in the inbox somewhere, but pretty well worn, I know. And so finding a sealed copy of this for 3 bucks was a good deal in my opinion. So this next stack is a bunch of dollar bin finds from Arrow's Aim. I'm just going to breeze through these really quick to try to speed this up a little bit. We got Daryl Hall and John Oates, self-titled. Alright, next up we got Crowded House, Temple of Low Men. Sean Phillips, Contribution. Sean Phillips, Furthermore. This is Hot Platters. It's one of the Warner Brothers Lost Leaders compilations. Sometimes see on the inserts, you can mail away for these for 2 bucks back in the 70s. Try to pick these up when I find them for cheap. So we got that. This is Joe Mama. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to pick this up yet, but the album cover is in a pizza house, so the O Sole Mio Pizza House. Had to grab that just because it's pizza themed and looked like it could be interesting. I got a copy of Mike Oldfield's 5 Miles Out. Joan Armatrading, Secrets. Copy of Isaac Hayes' Black Moses. This was a really cool find. It's in fairly rough shape, but it's all together, and it's the album cover that folds out into a giant cross. I won't fold it all the way out here, but really cool find for $1, I would say. Here's another, just not sure what it is. It's titled Arrival, I Will Survive on London Records. Supposedly pretty big in the UK. They do some harmonizing sort of pop rock, I guess. Diane Davidson, Mountain Mama. This is really cool sounding. I've had a chance to sample some of this, and really awesome. I think it's the track Ain't Gonna Be Treated This Way. Cool artwork, cool packaging. And Alan Parker, self-titled. Not sure at all what this is. Interesting looking, so I grabbed it for $1. And West, Bruce and Lang, Why Don't Ya? So this last little stack here, getting down near the end finally, are from the thrift store by work again. I went there last week and found 4 things, and some really awesome finds this time. Like I said, normally I only find 1 thing at a time there, but found 4 things that day. First thing we got here is an upgrade copy to Belafonte Sings of Love. And we just picked this up, and I've already found an upgrade copy to it for some reason. One I said hadn't found in forever. Next thing, this is a really awesome find. This is Miles Davis in concert, recorded live at the Philharmonic Hall in New York. And as you can tell from the album artwork, that this is recorded around the On the Corner time period, so it has that same sort of artwork to it. Really nice piece. This is a UK pressing on CBS Records. I'll show you the gatefold on this one. No track listings. If you go on to Wikipedia, I think there is a track listing that sort of gives you an idea. It does have footer on it and Slickophonics. The labels on these. It's just the orange CBS label, and these are quite dirty, but I don't see any really big scratches or anything on these, so should clean up pretty nicely. So that was an awesome find for $2 to be able to add that to my collection. And third thing I got is Al Stewart's Love Chronicles, his second album from '72, I believe, or '69. But it has Jimmy Page on here, as well as several members of Fairport Convention, so should be a pretty good album. I'm a pretty big fan of Year of the Cat, which is the Al Stewart that everybody knows, so this will be a cool addition. And the last thing I picked up is this box set from Time Life, Mozart: The Late Symphonies. But yeah, I haven't even opened this yet. I just really like the artwork, and I thought it would be fun to just open this up one day and listen to it and experience it, and I know it's going to be hopefully in good condition inside here. So those were my finds from February. Tons and tons of finds. Big month. So thanks for watching my vinyl finds for the month of February. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you saw something here that interests you. If it does, leave a comment down below, please. I enjoy reading and responding to comments. And hope you're having a great month, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.